Hey dudes, what's up? Guys, gals, how's it going? 40 Grit here, 40 Grit Guitars. I got more than two emails today asking me when I was going live again. So I figured I would just jump in tonight. I don't know how long I'm going to be on because just been a busy week for me and I just got home from work. So we're just going to go over a couple things real quick. Let me switch things here. Okay, cool. First and foremost, thanks to everybody. Channel is continuing to grow. Got some comments this week about. I hope you get some more. I saw a comment that says, "I hope you get some more subscribers." The channel is. They appreciated the repair stuff. I think is what where he was going with it. The channel's going to go where the channel's going to go. Hopefully, it continues to grow. But I don't do it. I'm not doing this for the monetization, and I'm not doing it for anything else other than just my enjoyment of guitars and being able to work on them and go through stuff with you guys and maybe show you a couple tricks of the trade. But definitely appreciate all the comments from this week. And so I wanted to thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for the comments this week, and I enjoy the back and forth. First and foremost, want to give a shout out to Doug Aldrich. Doug Aldrich had some surgery on his throat this weekend, and it appears that I just saw on his Instagram page that he's good and everything was successful. So that's really good to know. Doug Aldrich is a really cool guy. If you don't know who Doug Aldrich is, the first dabble I would do is Doug's Dio years with Ronnie James Dio, and his Whitesnake years were pretty kick ass too. So Doug Aldrich is seems like he's doing good, and I want to just throw that out there and say that that's awesome. So let me say hello to everybody here real quick. Darren, what's up, Darren? How's it going, bro? That's my D Martini buddy. Garrett's here. Garrett, that's a familiar name. Thanks for being back, man. Appreciate it. Nice to see you here. Greasy Monkey Guitars, what's up, man? How's it going? JP21's in the chat. What's up, Jarrell? How's it going, buddy? Mikey, what's up? Always faithful. What's up? Wall of Cries is in the chat. Glad you're going on. Hey, appreciate that, man. Honestly, I really wasn't going to. It's been just a really busy week for me, and I appreciate everybody showing up and commenting right now. Meadow Cop was one of my emails today. What up? On time for a change? I'm always on time. I don't do that nonsense, not on time stuff. But uh, he's had a question for me today, which I'm going to bring up here in a second, which I can add to my list. Let me add this to my list. I'll put this on top. So I got a list of stuff here. So how's everybody doing? Comment in there. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you have bought any guitars this week. I want to go over one that I almost bought today and I passed. So Randy Price, I need you. Oh, Randy Price is here. Randy is in the chat, so we'll be talking about the guitar I passed on. We're going to talk about it. And this is also really good because my significant other watches this, and then I can kind of fill her in as to what I'm doing when she's not watching with her guitars, with regards to guitar stuff. So then she can tell me if I should continue forward or if I should back off a little bit. John DeShane's in the chat. What's up, John? How's it going? Thanks for being here. Garrett, one of a kind channel. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. Is my buddy. Hit the thumbs up in on the way. John DeShane says, great show last week. Chris was a great guest. So, hey, I have other guys from Sir. I'm working on one. So the line at Sir went, I actually talked to one of the guys that was in sales this week over there because I was considering something, but I think I'm going to go a different route. The way that it was at Sir is that they came out of paint and buffing, and then the necks were prepped, and they were at the fretting station where they got plecked. We had the pleck machine there. We had a couple pleck machines there, and then it went to assembly. My assembler was Zach Cohen, and he's at Gibson now, which I know I've talked about. But then it went to my wiring guy, and then it went to me. And then, like I said, there were three of us on final. So I have a couple of guys that I worked with on the line that I have on the hook. They're just not at the level of streaming. So I got to work that out with them. And I've got some other guys too. So I've got some. So thank you, John. Appreciate that. Long story short, I got some stuff cooking right now. Robbie's going to come back on. Robbie's got, I was going to go tomorrow. Oh, my days are all messed up. Maybe it was today. What is today? Friday or Saturday? Today's Saturday. So I was gonna go live today. Robbie has a football game that he was watching. I wasn't sure if I was leaving town or not. So but anyways, I'm gonna have Robbie on again too. Jimmy Biter, what's up, man? How you doing? Garrett saying hello. John, Jimmy Biter's here. John's here. Garrett's here. Metal Cop. No, I was on time. Oh, okay, cool, bro. Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Lewis is in the chat. What's up? Lewis is here. Garrett used to be a Sir dealer, good buzz with Chris Clarkson. Chris Clarkson. Yeah, Chris. Yeah. I saw him at NAM show this year. Yeah, he was at the booth and I passed was, hey Chris, what's up, man? Yeah, Chris is a good guy, man. Chris is good people. I like Chris. I like Chris. Chris is good people. I talked to Don. Don is the is a sales guy I was talking to this past week. Um and John. John Sir actual, or is there another? That whole entire. I asked Don the other day, who's on final now, and there's guys that have been there for a while that are on final now that have taken the place of me and Jay, and John's at my desk now. John's at my bench, and then there's some guys that work there with me, and now they're on final. They're moving on up, so I was glad to hear that. So. Let's see here, Metal Cop from last week. Some guitar companies have two paint booths. One is dedicated to metal flake, and the other regular finishes to avoid contamination. Keys is one of them. So we had, I want to say there were two. Yeah, we had two booths there. I'm pretty sure they had two. Maybe it was three. But I know that the California stuff at any kind of painting that you do, you have to have a special license for nitro. You have to. It's just very expensive to shoot nitro. I'm sure you guys have watched the Fender, um, excuse me, the Fender, the paint YouTube stuff, and they have the waterfall. That's a very expensive system, but we did not have that system. We had the filters at John Sir, so we did not have that the waterfall system, which I think is the one that's required for nitro. I think. Randy Price, 40 grit. Thanks for checking up on me after the hurricane passing through. Appreciate that. Hey man, of course. I mean, like we gotta look out. We gotta look out for each other, right? I mean, that's the way it should be. Um, Randy's in Randy's in the Atlanta area, and I hit those guys up on the gear show on Tuesday. I watched the gear show on OU812 on Tuesday, and I was asking them if they were going to get hit, and then I guess they did have a little bit of stuff doing there. Hey, somebody, if Ryan, okay, Ryan's in the chat. I'm sure Ryan's okay too, I'm sure he would have let me know. I was going to hit him up too, and then I ended up going to work. So I see that Ryan's here, so Ryan's good too. So I'll get to that. Ryan is here, and by the way, I will be. So let me back up. Ryan does a gear show on his channel on OU812, and they were talking about his Les Paul this week, and I was commenting because I stayed on for the whole show and just because I like the gear stuff. The gear stuff's fun for me. I'd rather watch a gear show than watch a playing guitar show. I just enjoy the gear talk. So they went into the Wolfgang talk for something came up, and I have one of those Wolfgang customs that they build 66 of. So Ryan said, "Why don't you do a walk around?" And I was going, "Well, shoot, I'll just go. I'll see if they'll have me on, and I'll just go on and hang out." And so they were like, "Yeah, man, come on." So I'm gonna go on Tuesday. So I think it's Tuesday at 6 is when I'll be on with those guys. So I will have the Wolfgang custom out. It's buried right now in there in the safe in there. So I gotta dig that guitar out sometime this week. But I'll be on OU812 on Tuesday. Garrett, actual, okay, John Sir, actual. Hey man, John's a great guy to talk to, man. I mean, like he's just great to talk to. Just great to talk to. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Let me okay, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday. So I will be on, is it 8 or is it, no, it's 9. You guys go on at 9, so that's 6 for me. So it goes on at 6 here. Anyways, we'll work it out. I'll figure it out. Garrett. All right, man. Let me click off this for a second because I have to dig up Metal Cop's comment. I want to get to Metal Cop first because I don't want to forget. Let's see here. Talk amongst yourselves. Let me find this email. I think I'm 3 back, but let me find what he's talking about here. Okay. Uh when's your next live chat? Could you pose a question to the group? This is from Metal Cop. How many springs does everybody use on their Floyd Rose and how are they oriented? Meaning three straight, for example, or three springs, two angled, one straight, etc. Thanks so much. So I will tell you what I do, and then everybody else can jump in and talk about what they do. So a lot of that's going to be. I actually have a. I don't. I can't make a habit out of this because I work a lot. So I've been talking to my way better half about this week, and she said, "Well, you said you would fix everybody's guitars and you would do it for free and blah blah blah." And I said, "Yeah, you know what?" I said, but I kind of threw that out there as. I wish I could fix all your guys' guitars because I like working on guitars. And then when you guys comment on problems, I just want to jump through this and just look at it and fix it for you guys, right? So I had a guy who sent me some pictures of a guitar, and I said, you know what, just send it to me, just send it to me. So I got that. So I'm going to be doing some videos of it. I'm going to fix this guitar. And then he said, hey, I'd like to do a couple of other things too to it. I said, no problem, but his bridge is floating. So remember, depending on what gauge you're putting on the guitar is going to depend on how many springs you're going to require and all that stuff, and what the tightness of the bridge. There's so many things that come into, and I'm a spring snob. I'm the biggest one of the biggest spring snobs out there because I truly believe in the spring. It means something. So I like the OG Floyd Springs, and that's how I put mine in. These are 9 to 40, 9 to 42. I put them on an angle. I don't know why. It probably doesn't even matter. But I put them on an angle, and I've always run them like that. Okay. So sometimes, like on the bomber guitar, the bridge was so close, I ran out of claw space to tighten it up. So I had to so then I started switching springs out. I like the black. I buy the FU tone black ones. I like the Floyd Rose originals, and sometimes I'll even use the red ones depending on what tension I'm using for it, but not very often with the red ones. Uh, the guy's guitar that sent me the guitar, he's got red ones in there right now, and they're floating. So I'm gonna go through with that guitar. I'll probably do some video on and stuff, but that's how I set mine up. And usually that's the claw travel there will vary depending on your tightness and how you like it. Remember, mine are all blocked. So you can see the block there. All my bridges are blocked primarily. I think I've got some of my George Lynch's are, but you can hear that it's blocked, and that's and like I said, I'll take a bend and the bridge will just start to come up a little bit, and that's how I set up. So that's how I know that I'm set up to my liking. Now, you guys can all start commenting and tell me what you guys do, and I would like to hear what your thoughts are. So I think we're done saying hello to everybody, so I can jump back in here and start rolling through comments again. Okay, I already commented on that one. Used to be a Sir dealer. We had that. That Randy. Oh, you 812's here. It's 9. Okay, cool. 9 o'clock. Okay, three straight. No problem. But if you're going to comment, tell me what gauge strings you're using so we have an idea of what everybody's doing. So this will be good for Metal Cop. Metal Cop, maybe he's comparing something or trying something different or just wants to know what everybody's doing because but it's fun to be a spring snob because I have bags of springs out there that um hey, I'll tell you what, when I was at Sir, they used to throw stuff out because John didn't like it. Springs, whatever, like bags of it would just go directly into the trash can. So it's kind of good to be a snob. Jimmy is two Godo Black Springs straight. Again, if you're going to comment, throw in there what string gauge you're using, and then let me know what you prefer with how many springs. Now, if you guys have never dabbled in springs, this is something that you're really going to want to dabble into and check it out and see what and try different springs and adjust your claw and do cool stuff like that because it definitely changes the string tension and the playability of your guitar. Okay, so Darren says depends on the guitar and the string size. Correct. Yep. And what's being played. Um, if you have a bunch of guitars, you can do that. For me, I'm just going to be playing my 80 stuff. 80 pounds of tension at the 25 and a half. Well, look at you getting like 80 pounds. So interesting. Okay, 25 and a half inch scale, 9 to 42. Okay, 80 pounds of tension. And Garrett, you were using three straight. Okay. Most of mine Metal Cop says most of mine are three springs, outer two angled, center straight. Okay. Big time YouTuber is saying that this is incorrect. Hey, man, I don't think that anything's incorrect if it works for you. Because I've had a lot of people. Oh, performance guitar. Performance guitar. I had two springs in my guitar, and Kenny told me you should never play. And then every time I bought a guitar, I'd be like, two springs, Kenny. And he'd be like, okay, yeah, two springs. And I'd be like, but they do three. He said that it's too hard to run two springs and adjust the claw that far. It's too hard on the spring, so you should run three. Different strokes for different folks. I've been playing, I'm in my 50s, and I've been playing guitars with two springs for years, and I've never had a set of springs wear out. I would change them out, but I've never had like to where my tension changed or something. And I was like, "Whoa, what's going on with my bridge? It's up, like the springs are wearing out." I've never had that happen. So Mikey's using 9 to 42. Mikey, did you comment on how many springs you're using? I don't see a comment of how many what springs you're using. Original Floyd Rose literature with a graphic showing three springs, outer two angle. Okay, cool. This clearly isn't wrong. It's whatever works for you. Correct. 9 to 46. I agree with you 100%. Hey, Robbie's in the chat. Everybody say hello to Robbie. Robbie, what's up, pal? Two parallel middle 9 to 42 old. Hey, I thought you were watching football. Two parallel middle 9 to 42 old Floyd Springs. Okay. Eights, 8 to 42, E standard, 9 to 42, half step down. Okay, cool. That's cool. Mikey saying hello to Robbie. Everybody say hello to Robbie. OU12 saying hello to Robbie. Darren, nines, 9.5s, and tens. I agree. Robbie saying hello. Richard A 5150, who I haven't seen in here before. Welcome, sir. Appreciate you showing up. Usually two angled, and I generally run a FU red or purple with 10 to 46 in either E or E flat. I like it a bit stiffer, and most of mine are blocked. Okay, so you like a stiffer bridge. Okay, I understand. I understand. JP21, JP, John DeShane, 9 to 42 on his Sirs and his Fenders. Two springs angle on the 510. Set floating to come up a whole step on the G string. Okay. Come up a whole step. Like maybe Scott Henderson did something similar to that. I think it was a step and a half though, because I remember Scott Henderson's bridge being super angled. Like I just set his guitar up a couple times and I was like, I forgot what it was or what the setting was for the pullback on that, but it was pretty drastic. So many variables for string selection. I agree, man. I mean, like I have people come over, you're working on guitars, and if I'm not charging them, I'll dig through my just bag of springs that I can pull some good springs on. I mean, I just bend them and feel if you can pretty much figure out what the tension is. And then, but if the guy wants to, a certain spring, then I'll he's going to pay for them. Then I'll go through and I'll do my spring. I'll break my springs out and say, okay, I like these because of this, and this because of this, or this because of this. So Randy plays the hybrids 9 to 46 for E and E flat, 10 to 48 for D. Three of the steel spring, Floyd Rose springs. I like the Floyd Springs, man. I just bought a bunch of those because they went on sale somewhere, and I bought a bunch of them, and I just left them in the pack. And he does two angle on the outside and one straight, floating and blocked. I like the two-step bends of the bridge, not to move. Two steps. I never even looked at it from that perspective. I'm probably a one step. I'm probably one. Okay, I like to do two-step bends and the bridge not move. So I'm at one step there I'm at one step there one and a half there, and the bridge is pulling up. So I'm probably one and a half to where I like it when it starts pulling up. This is a good topic, Meadow Cop. Good job, man. Mikey Two Springs, Mr. Mix, and hello. Oh, we won. Okay, good. Well, Robbie, I'm glad you're here, buddy. We're gonna get together. We have to go over the Floyd Rose, and we gotta do some other stuff. So maybe next week. I gotta figure out what my close is next month. I think the springs and claw are a very overlooked area of the guitar. Darren, you and I have so much in common, sir. I agree with you 100%. People never, I'm not going to say never, but I would say a large majority of people that don't know how to work on their guitars overlook the springs, spring tension, gauge of springs, all that good stuff. I think you were 100% correct. I think that's one of the most overlooked things that goes on with a guitar. So I agree with you 100%. 100%. Brooks is here. Brooks, welcome, sir. Appreciate you being here. Lewis, yo, Robbie. Say hello to Robbie. Watch out for the vicious bubble wrap. What do you think about Garrett? What do I know about Warren's setup? 10 to 46 is what that he's always used. I've never seen him on lighter, and I remember his the guitars that I saw. They had a float on them. They weren't blocked. And then I remember one time, me and my buddy Lou, the guy who did the Randy Rhodes thing, we were at the show and we asked Warren about the detuner. We're like, hey man, when you because Warren does it old school. He clamps down the fine tuner. He winds it down, tunes it to pitch, and then drops the D down just by the fine tuner. And we're like, hey man, you should check into a detuner. It's a lot quicker, and you can just stay on that guitar, instead of switching or whatever. And he was like, what? What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? And like he had no clue what a detuner was. But that was in 2001, probably somewhere around there when we hit him with that. So uh um Warren's guitars were floating, and it was 10 to 46 from what I remember. That was on his snakeskin. Metal Cop says he does use two angled springs on the Wolfgang, and my friend's Ernie Ball Music Man Van Halen guitar is the same. Great feel, barely enough tension for 9 to 42. But you can adjust the claw and then put as much tension in as you want, because you can tweak, and that's one of the beautiful things that, yeah. Robbie says half step up, floating all the way down. Half step up, floating all the way down. Okay. Metal Cop, Randy Price, same. They're two angled. What's the odd claw contraption that Lynch uses? Man, that guy. I wish I knew what you were talking about, because maybe we can talk about that on Tuesday, because that guy goes through so many different things and changes things so drastically. I don't even know what. I don't like those ones that people sell and they put them here, and it's two screws, and then you can adjust it and you can pull it back. Yeah, it's cool if you're going to be going back and forth. There's no chance of me going back and forth, so I just block it. Plus, I don't want to be drilling holes in the back of that, because there's not a lot of real estate there before you start going into the pickup cavity, and it's different on every guitar. So on the shallower pickups, yeah, I mean, I guess you could do that. I'm just not a fan of those unless you're in a position to where you have to use one, which I have been in that position before. But if you're not in that position, then I would just recommend just blocking the bridge. Oh boy, I'm in development right now on a string claw innovation. Well, I have an innovation. Bubba, you should pull those pictures out of that Floyd Rose I developed with the locking thing. That was really cool. I developed this Floyd Rose change on a Floyd Rose because Sir was looking at doing their own bridge. And I'm sure that they're still going to do that one day. But when I was there, they were talking about doing it. And that got me thinking one day, and I was like, wait a minute, what if we did this? And I designed a Floyd Rose and I showed it to Larry Campbell, who was the guy who was pretty much running the show. And as far as like the business aspect. He was running the R&D, and he was running the, or more like the sales, and what are we designing and stuff like that. But I showed him the bridge, and he thought it was pretty cool. I never did anything with it. And then I think I gave it to my son-in-law as a patent, uh, like he researches patents, and I gave it to him, and there were a couple that were similar, but I just gave up on it. I was like, it's just not, it's not that interesting. But yeah, cool, man. In development right now for a spring claw innovation. I look forward to seeing that. Springs and claw can completely control how the guitar plays. I agree 100%. That made in Japan Charvel I got had some random springs and a terrible setup. Nut was too high and just played really stiff. Not anymore. So yeah, I mean, like, but that's why I tell not that you guys don't know it, but that's why I tell the guys that are newer, always start at the headstock for your setup and work your way down, because you have to hit the nut first. If you adjust the nut correctly and then you're moving down, everything else is just going to fall. It's going to fall into place, and you can sit there. You don't even have to have a measuring tool. The only reason I use the measuring tool still is because it's just quick for me. I can sit there and I can throw a setup together super quick. But I mean, there's sometimes I'll be sitting there playing a Kramer or something with a more drastic radius than the 16, what those are, like 14s, 15s, and there's a little bit more radius on that neck. So I'm sitting there playing. I'm going, man, this is too low. I got to raise the action up, and then I don't even go back to measuring anything. You guys got to set your guitars up to the way they play, the way they feel. That's the way that you have to set your guitar up. Don't just set it up with a calipers and tools and everything and say, okay, it's perfect, because once you go to play it, it's not going to always play the way you want it to play. You're going to have to do a couple tweaks on it. Agreed with Randy. I've always seen four springs on Warren's guitars. I don't think he's yeah, I think you're right. I've always seen a lot of springs on his stuff from what I remember. But if you think about it, Warren isn't really banging on that whammy bar a lot. He's no Eddie Van Halen on the whammy bar, and like he'll use it every once in a while, but he's not all over it like Ed was. Yeah, I'm intrigued too. I agree. Jeff Beck. This is what I saw. Like I said, man, different strokes. I mean, everybody's got their own thing. Jeff Beck also. What? There's something else about Beck that was weird. Forgot what it was. Maybe it was he didn't play with a pick. That always tripped me out. Dialed and glued the neck pocket holes on CC's 82 Poplar Pacer special body tonight. Cool, man. Right on. Right on. That guitar is still. I wonder if that guy ever got his guitar back from Laz. That they were working on a white Kramer. I wonder if they ever finished that thing. They were going to do some. They were going to do some work on that. Yeah, Garrett knows what I'm talking about. Larry was a character. Yeah, I was there for Larry. Larry was cool, man. I had no problem with Larry. Larry was a, businessman. He came from Apple. I'm not sure if you know that, but he was a big wig at Apple Canada, and he came down, and he was running the show. I mean, like they used to. I was thinking about this the other day. We used to have production meetings, and Noel, the QC guy. This is how hardcore it was at John Sir. If you had a sitar on a nut, they marked it. Mike, one sitar. Mike, um, what else? What else would they hit us for? Nut cut too low, sitar on high E string, blah blah blah, and they would mark it. And then we would go to these production meetings, and they would dissect it all. Okay, who had the most sitars? Who had the most blah blah blah? And they say, okay, well, hey, there's obviously a problem there, and you need to take a tweak on that and find out what the problem was. Identify the problem, because what that's doing is that's holding up shipping time, because the guitar has to go back to the to final and be retweaked again. But that was all Larry. Larry was doing that stuff, and some of those production meetings were very hardcore. Yes. Terrell says, send them my way again. Now I'm more familiar with guitar builds. I can dive into that. Yeah. Get with Nathan on that, and you guys can communicate with each other and figure that out because Nathan has that stuff. Nathan has all that. I don't have that. I don't even think I have that stuff anymore. And if I do, I don't know where it would be. And I know Nathan has it. I'll hit you up on Instagram. Okay, cool, man. Right on. No, never happened. What never happened? Let me know. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Cece's guitar at last. Okay. Well, that's not good. Jeff Beck, dry fretboard. Do not put a thing on it ever. People get fired for messing with fretboards, right? The Apple Store, LOL. Yeah, I was told that. Hold on a second. Emailed you that pic of the original Floyd Rose graphic. Not sure if you can share it with the group. Oh. Okay. So we talked about so I'm through the comments right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw my email up here. You guys can email me. Metal Cop just emailed me. Let's see what I got here. Here's the pic. Okay, yeah, I can probably show this. Here's the pic, the picture. Okay, so this is obviously from a Floyd Rose. Let's see here. Adjustment screws, springs, three springs, and that's from a Floyd Rose instruction booklet. It looks like the spring tension adjustment. That'd be cool to see all that literature there to see what it says around it. If you want to send me that, I may turn that into something that I can share on my computer screen next time we get together. Let's see what's going on here. So I think I may have messed up my camera doing that here. So let's see. There we go. Okay, so there's my email address. What else? Picked up this week. I showed Randy. I got a EVH flanger. Woke up like 3 o'clock in the morning. The guy just posted it not too much earlier, and I got it. It's got a little like I plugged it in to check it when I got home. Got a little bit of scratchiness in there, so I think what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna. I don't mess around with like I have little things I'll do on these, but I usually don't mess around with these boards. I'm just gonna send it to MXR, have them go through it, and then tweak it. But I got some scratchiness in there, and I'm not messing with that because that's tough to find. Those are tough to find now, and that completes my set of the limited editions. I have them all now, and I think that's a smart move. So he emailed me. I shared that Metal Cop. So 40, you're the same guy that had the video on the guitar storage hall. No, that's Zim's guitar. So Zims did the guitar storage haul, and he buys the storage units. And no, that's Zims guitars. And Zims is out here with me. Zims is in Mesa, and I'm in the Peoria area. So he is directly. I'm in the northwest corner of Phoenix, and he's in the southeast corner of Phoenix. He's in Mesa. But check out Zims guitars. Dane is a great guy. Love going to his shop and hanging out. So if you ever have the opportunity to go to oh, it's not Zims. Okay, hold on. No, not Zims. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. The Guitar Storage Hall. No, wasn't me, man. Somebody asked me today. I said I have zero interest in selling anything. I was talking to somebody today, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not. I'm not. I don't have any interest in selling anything." Yeah, email me. Let me know what's going on. Randy, do not touch my maple boards. I will oil my ebony boards once or twice a year. Yeah, I lose that Formby's lemon oil is what I like. I like um, rosewoods and ebonies. Got to take care of them. Uh, those rosewoods soak in pretty quick. Especially out here in Phoenix, like everything dries out here in Phoenix. So I would go and buy guitars from people, and I would have fret sprout really bad. And there's guys that I watch and they're like, okay, so what you want to do is you want to go file that off. No, you don't. You do not want to do that. especially in a dry climate. What you want to do is you want to get the guitar humidified, get it into humidity, and let it fatten back up. And then if it fattens back up and it gets to where it levels out, then you can start filing on your fret sprout. The problem is you start filing on your fret sprout and your guitar neck rehydrates, your fret ends are going to be too small. So that's you have to be careful with that stuff. You have to be really careful with that stuff because it's bad advice. And again, that could be subject to opinion, but that, in my opinion, that's bad advice. Just tell somebody, just start go hogging on the fret ends and file them off, and you'll be good to go. Well, the problem is if you ever go into a situation where you go back into humidity, there's a chance that you could be filing off fret ends that you're going to need. So yeah, I don't think I would do that. I wouldn't go hogging on those. So, same ebony and rosewood get Dunlop lemon oil about once a year. Yeah, for sure, man. Got to make sure that those fret ends are the fretboards are hydrated. Absolutely. Don't dry them out. Speaking of which, that what's that stuff that wax I use at Monty's. I saw a thing on Monty's the other day. The guy's using Monty's wax on his on his rosewood fretboard. I I don't even think I wanna try that. I don't think I'd wanna do that. I'm good with the lemon oil, it's gonna absorb in, you're not gonna see it. If you have a heavier grain on your rosewood, you're gonna have wax inside your grain. I just don't I've got a neck back there that a Warmouth neck that the grain's very strong on it. If I put wax on that neck, you're gonna see the wax inside the grain. I don't want that. So make sure that if you have a heavy grain, I wouldn't go throwing wax on any guitar, any fretboard. Been using Fret Doctors for years. My favorite oil. Everybody's got their favorites, man. I've been using Formby's for years. I mean, like since I was a kid. So I mean, that's why. But I think it's gone now. I bought 2 bottles off eBay not too long ago, and it's obsolete. I think you can't get it. So but that'll probably last me for the rest of my life. Is what I'm thinking. If you run out of intonation adjustment on a Floyd saddle, would you file the back edge bottom of the saddle? If I run out of intonation adjustment, it's not going to matter. You can do whatever you want to do because the back area, it's really irrelevant. You could do that because the only thing that really matters on the saddle is the intonation point. So you could do whatever you want to do on the back of the saddle. I guess you could do that. That bomber is just ridiculous. Where's that guitar at? Where's that guitar at? Here it is right here. So this is intonation set on the bomber. Look how far back those are. But it's set and okay, okay, I have full travel. So it's not like I'm hurting on anything here. I have full travel on everything. So, that one feels a little suspect. No, I got full travel on everything. I'm good. But yeah, look at that. And that's from Charvel. That's how they ship this guitar. I'm not fixing it. I'm not gonna fix it. It just is what it is. I'll keep this one on my lap. This is a good guitar. Uh so yeah, if you run out of intonation adjustment on a Floyd saddle, would you file the back? I mean, if I had to, I mean that's thinking outside the box to get the guitar to intonate, sure. I mean, because like I said, the only thing that really matters on that saddle is gonna be your intonation point. Just my opinion. Get her 1 or 2 a year that sprout. I get 1 or 2 a year that sprout in the winter, but fatten back up. Yeah, man. I would never hog on a neck or go file fret sprout because the seasons change. I mean, like my guitar necks fluctuate when it gets really hot out here because we keep the AC on like 80 in the summertime and it feels like it's 60 because it's so hot outside. Now in the when it cools off out here, I have to adjust necks. I every year I'll pick up one of my guitars. I'm like, oh man, like that sucks. So I got to go out there and adjust the neck. And Robbie says he has never had fret sprout. That's because all of your guitars are old school, and they're well built and they were well dried out and they're old school stuff and it's just better. That's my opinion. Have you used good stuff urethane gel that Jackson uses? No. Used good stuff urethane gel. No, I've not. I've never even heard of it. Jackson uses. I went through the Fender factory a couple times. I went over through EVH and got to see some cool stuff. And I actually have a picture of me holding the neck and body of I actually have a picture of me at Fender. I got in trouble. I have a picture of me at Fender holding a neck and body. Let me see if I can find it. I have a picture of me holding the neck and body of one of those 66, those the Wolfgang customs. So I'm not gonna dig for that right now. I'll pull it up. But yeah, I've got a picture of me standing in the tour. I reached to the tube and pulled the neck out, grabbed the body, and I held them together. And my buddy took a picture, and they're like, "Hey, you can't do that. Put that back." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just want to get a picture." But yeah, that was pretty funny. I have a picture of that. I'm curious about the Monty Zach from Mythos Pedal smears that stuff on like peanut butter, then wipes it all off. I don't. Yeah, I can't. I don't want to talk bad about Monty's because their espresso wax I use for antiquing for relicking, and it's awesome. I mean, like it's awesome stuff if you're doing like an antique, like on the body. I've never used it on a neck. I know that FU Tone did a demo of him using that stuff on a neck, and it darkened it up a lot and everything. I use that Monty's espresso wax doing my relics on bodies, and it's fantastic. It's on that brown build that Darren wants to see the walk around on, which I'm hoping to do this week. I'm off a couple days, so that brown espresso wax is awesome. Now the clear wax is good. Like I did this neck, the bomber neck. I did this neck with that stuff, and it feels fantastic. Would I go smear that stuff on a rosewood fretboard? I don't think I would. I don't think I would. Randy Price, everybody saying hello to each other. Tim Thomas, hey man, what's going on, man? Thanks for being back. You've been here before. On good guitars, the frets were obviously once a proper length, so why shorten them permanently? See, I, it sounds to me like we're all on the same sheet of paper about that. I just know a really well-known, guy that supposedly is like, like the cat's meow and was talking about, well, hey, if you have fret sprout, just go file it off. I wouldn't do it, especially living in Arizona or somebody that's low humidity. I would not do that. I just would not do that. Go buy a humidifier. Keep your humidifier at 40%. You'll be good to go. It'll fatten right back up. I bought one of those Wolfgangs that had the ebony neck, the stripe body with the ebony neck, and it took weeks for that to fatten back up. I put a rosewood fretboard in my guitar room; it fattens back up immediately, like 3 days, and it's all fat again. So, you know, different strokes, man. Metal Cop by guitars almost all move a half step with a change of seasons. I agree. Flat in summer, sharp in winter, like clockwork. Yep, it's a piece of wood, man. That's the one thing that Bill Zola, rest in peace, sir. What a mentor. Every time I'd sit there, and I used to ear F that man for hours. And I'm sure he got so tired of me throwing questions at him because I was just this like, I was sucking up everything he had to give, everything he was throwing out. I was like, oh my God, what did you just say? Like, I just wanted to learn everything about building guitars. And he was like, uh, it's Mike, it's a piece of wood. I would say, hey, but what about this? What about this? Hey, what about this? Hey, and he goes, Mike, it's a piece of wood. And I've used that so many times with people, and they look at me for a second and they laugh and they go, yeah, you're right. It's a piece of wood. Nothing's the same. Don't expect two guitars to play the same because they're never going to. Don't. It's just a piece of wood. So you just got to figure it out. You have to figure out the idiosyncrasies, the inconsistencies of the guitar. Figure out, what it's going to be, and then you just deal with it. That's it's a piece of wood at the end of the day. Just like what Tone Talk has there. It depends. Mine would be it's a piece of wood. It's a piece of wood. You just got to figure it out. Of course, it's humid down there. Hey, leave me a comment. Did all your flooding go away? Because that was ridiculous. That was just crazy. I was watching that on the news on Friday. I was like, man, they got beat up. It's humid down here in Georgia about 9 months out of the year, so winter could be kind of harsh on guitars running the heat in the house. I try to keep them away from the vents. Yeah, I could see that. Gonna dry them out, so I can see that very much so. Tim Thomas saying hello to everybody. No neck sprouts on the sirs. Yeah, well, I can see that. And plus, you probably have good. I believe you're in Canada, right, John? So I mean, like you probably have like a kind of like a consistent humidity up there to where you're not probably dealing with a lot of inconsistent humidity like I deal with down here. Cushman's here. Cushman, what's up? Hey John, everybody's saying hello to each other. That's good. I put two warmest together and used the Monty's espresso wax on the bodies. Still a couple of my favorites. So did you use the espresso wax or did you use the clear wax? Just want to know. Either way, it's gonna be good. I used the clear wax on. That's a good point. I used the clear wax on this guitar when I got this, and this is a Warmoth body. That's a Warmoth for sure. Uh, I use that. I use that wax on this guitar, and man, this thing just. This is my shop guitar. Kind of stupid to have a shop guitar, but we always had shop guitars everywhere I was at. So it's cool to have like a guitar you can grab quick. And the reason why I like this for a shop guitar is this got a Jason Becker pickup in it right now. And this used to be my swap because it's alder. I used to swap pickups all the time in this guitar and just see, just like road test them, check them out, see if I like them or not. And this Jason Becker landing in this guitar, I don't think I'll ever pull that Jason Becker pickup out of this guitar. It just sounds freaking amazing. It just sounds great. So if you're ever looking for a Jason Becker, I would highly recommend the Jason Becker. It just sounds awesome. The espresso wax. Yeah, see, man, I agree. 100%. I like that stuff. John says, "Yep, yep, wet most of the time." So he's got consistent humidity, which he's lucky to have because I have to run a humidifier in here and I got to fill it up every day. I didn't have to do that in California. Randy Price, there's still a little bit of flooding and stuff here. Another compared to the Western North Carolina, they got hammered. From what I understand, Asheville kind of can only be accessed by. Oh my God, that's not good. See, I've been, in the car business, you get overworked. So I have been at work since Thursday. I don't even know what day it is. That's how it gets. It gets crazy in the car business. Don't go work in the car business. It's just not. Uh, do you let a guitar acclimate to your body temp before tuning? I let all my guitars acclimate when I buy them. I'll open the case up and let them sit for days before I start touching them and start wrenching on them. And then I even have, like I said, I've got a guy's guitar that's on here, in here right now, and it's just acclimating, just sitting there. I'm gonna let it sit, because I've been working. But on Monday, I plan on start wrenching on that thing and figuring out and get it playing. But do I let a guitar acclimate? Yes, I do. I believe in that because again, it's a piece of wood. It's a piece of wood. If you move it around and everything, so in California, when I would go to gigs, I would pull them out of my guitar room, which wasn't humidified. I would go to the gig and I would check everything before I went on because there were a couple times when I went to go play and stuff would start moving. And I'd be like, oh my God, what's happening? This guitar feels different. My action feels different. What's going on? So I would do one final check before we went on, make sure everything was still good. But again, at the end of the day, it's a piece of wood and it's going to move. It's going to move. So you got to know how to do it yourself. For that, you're going to be paying somebody to do your stuff for you, which I highly wouldn't recommend. Little town on Chimney Rock pretty much got wiped off the map. Man, that sucks, man. People. That's some hardship back there, man. That's not cool. That's not cool. I second that. Don't work in the car business. But yeah, hey, we should start a show on car business stuff, man. I'm telling you, it is not. It is rough right now. Okay, so let's see. I want to show you. Okay, so let's get to what I was going to talk about. Let's see, make sure I'm caught up in the chat. Okay, I'm caught up in the chat. Everything's good there. There's my email address. You want to contact me, you can contact me. I'm going to share a screen right now. Randy, let's do this. Share screen window. Chubtone Strat 2022 Oxblood Nitro. So I saw this the other night and I was like, man, I might go after this one. Uh, the guy put the build sheet in there and everything, and it's got some checking. I think he was trying to show the checking there. Now, this is an ugly guitar. Don't get me wrong. But what I see there is changing out pickup covers, making them black. I'd probably change that pickup to black. I would change the knob to black. I'd pull out that kill switch and make it black. And I'd change that three-way switch to black. And once you do that with that roasted maple neck, that's a guitar all day long. That's a cool guitar all day long. So if you're in the hunt for a chub tone right now, so I offered this guy, I'm not going to tell you what I offer him. He came back at 1425. So he's negotiable. He will negotiate. And if you're looking for one of these, it's got the relicing on it. But I like that stuff. Um, oh, neck looks great. Great looking neck. I'm not a big fan of the reverse headstock. That's just not my thing. But I would have bought it for the price I offered him, but he didn't want to give it to me for that price, so I didn't buy it. But if you're in the hunt for a chub tone, I think that's a sharp looking guitar. Look at that figure on that thing. That guy paid at least 2 grand for that guitar, minimal. So he's looking to move it. So if you're looking for a cool chub tone, that is hideous. I would change that out to black immediately. Maybe just change that to black and then leave this uh, zebra. But that just does not look. That does not look good. All third. Don't work in the car biz. See, everybody's saying don't go work in the car business. Yeah, man. Okay, Randy's in. Okay, yeah, sick. Yeah, it's sick. All right. Yeah, yeah. He wouldn't go for what I offered him, but I need another guitar right now. Like I need a hole in the head. So it's sharp though. He went through the build sheet, so it's nitro obviously with the relic, 5-way blade. He went through the whole build sheet, so it's got a. He said he changed the pickups. He changed the. He changed the. Let's go back. He changed the pickups out. The humbucker was upgraded from a DiMarzio Super Distortion to a bare knuckle Holy Diver. So that pickup isn't cheap. So if you're looking for a chub tone, I think that would be a good addition to anybody that's looking for a chub tone. Black, yeah, yeah. It needs some help. It needs some help. Galpin Ford in California, or Galpin and Prescott. There's a couple. If he would go for what you offer, then he definitely wouldn't go for what I offer. Yeah, probably right. Maybe. I don't know. It may not be over yet. I don't know, but he was about 1425, so he was about 100. I think I hit him at 1250, and he said no, no thanks. Welcome, sir. Fantastic channel. Thank you. No, thank you for being here. I have not seen you in the chat before, so thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So I pulled a couple other things. Wait, how much time? I got 29 in the chat, and what time is it? I told her I've been on for an hour. Okay. I told her I was going to go on quick, and now I'm on for an hour. If you guys are looking for a SA 126, this is a great price, 1149. Guitar is basically brand new, only played for less than an hour, and just had a full setup from the best luthier in the area. Oh my God, what area is this? Okay, New Jersey. The best, the best guy in the area. Well, if it's the best guy in the area, I'll take it. Must do. That's not good. Okay. Guitar is an absolute beast. Must sell due to financial reasons. I am sorry that you have to sell your guitar. That's never cool. But if you're looking for an SA 126, I don't think you'll find a better price. And there's no sweat rash on that or anything yet. So whoever had it took care of it, and that's looking good. 1149. If I didn't have one already, I'd probably go after it. Randy is the buyer that complains about when he is the seller. Yeah. 1425 isn't a bad deal on that guitar either, but if you can get it for cheaper, well, baby steps. Baby steps. One offer, I was the only offer that was made to him in 2 weeks, I think it had been on for. I was the only offer, and he declined my offer. So that means that he must not be hurting too bad for, like trying to get rid of it. So yeah, if you're looking for an SA 126, that 1149, it's a great price. So I got one more for you guys. Have you ever seen these orange valve tester 749? I think they're cool, especially for the new guy who wants to check his tubes, for the plug and play guys, like the EVH 5150, no bias, like the 5150 combos. You want to just check your tubes? You got something funky going on? These are cool. They're kind of pricey, so you're going to have to use them a couple times. The Mark II's out now, and it's about $1,000. So I was debating getting one of these, but I haven't messed with a tube in years because I got an amp guy. So I just don't think I would end up getting one of these. But this guy's selling his Mark One, which were great, and he's selling his Mark One for 749. So if you want to check your tubes, like I have bags of tubes out in the garage, and I wish I could had a tube tester, but I'm just not gonna. I'll probably just take him over to Noel one day, just give them to him. Say, hey man, you can have these. Ryan is correct. So okay. So that's it. U812 says, forget about it. Garrett says 1400. That's a steal. I think so too, man, on that chub tone. I don't know. I'll go out and talk to my better half and see if she thinks. I think she's going to tell me to hold off. That's what I think she's going to tell me to do. Something, always better around the corner. There's always something that's better right around the corner. And with my luck, I'll go get it, and then I will find something better. Tim Thomas says Chub Tone are a good Charvel USA alternative for the price. I think that my Chub Tone, which you can see right there over my right shoulder, second from the end, is a fantastic guitar, and it plays amazing. And I would say it plays better than my Charvels, or maybe I don't know. That's kind of harsh to say. My Charvels play pretty good. Uh-oh, Brandy added to the watch list. Never good news for the family budget. You add something to the watch list. Put this one back. Or you wait when two says he plays several SA 126. Are you going to get one? Like, what color do you like? What color do you favor? Which one played? What color played the best today? Let me know which one played the best today. Tim Thomas is at Randy Price laughing. Galpin. Okay, yeah, Galpin. Yeah, familiar with Galpin. Yeah, I am familiar with Galpin. Looking for more Steinbergers. We got 3. Or do you have more than 3 now? 3 is the last count I saw. LOL, what family budget? I'm single, bro. Oh, well, he's single and he works at he's in the car business. That's what I'm talking about. So, you can pretty much do whatever you want. Just go ahead and buy the Chub Tone. Let me know how it plays. Just go ahead and pick it up, and then you can say, "Man, I got it. It plays amazing, and I changed out that neck pickup cover, and it's amazing. And you should have bought it." Sunburst played the best. The other two were purple. So if you guys watch when I went out to California last time, I was in the hunt for one, and like I said, I bought mine and from a guy in San Diego. I got it for like $1,200. I think is what I paid for that guitar. But I had to drive down to San Diego to get it from Simi Valley, which is LA. I drove down that morning and then shot back across the 8 coming back to Phoenix. But when I went to Guitar Center that night, I played a Sunburst and I played a green one with my son, and I think the green one played better. And then I hit my better half up and said, "This green one plays really good. What do I do?" And she says, "You hold out for the one that you want." And I said, "Well, I kind of want black." So I ended up getting black the next day. So it worked out. So hold out for what you want. Steinbergers are constantly going up in value. They're never going to stop. Not sure who's running Headless USA these days, but the prices are high. So if Metal Cop, I know you're familiar with OU812, so I won't say check out OU812's channel because he's all over bringing the Headless USA gal in. I don't know what her title is there. Ryan can probably elaborate, but she knows a lot of stuff, and I don't know if she's one of the. I don't know what her position is there, but she seems to know what she's talking about. So chub tones are killer. Sadly to say, sold mine, but was in between my 2000. Okay, hold on. Chub tones are killer. Sadly sold mine, but was in between my 2004 Charvel Custom Shop and 2008 Pro Mod in quality. Great guitars. I agree. I agree. I think that I don't know who it is at Chub Tone. He liked my or he started following me on Instagram, whoever it is. And I would just like to talk to that guy one day. But I tried to like find a phone number for them. I couldn't find one. So if Chub Tone's watching this or somebody knows Chub Tone, tell them that 40 Grit would like to talk to them because I would just maybe I would almost want to build a guitar with him versus go and buy another. I would want to build a guitar with that guy and then get it and do a show on it and say, "Hey, this is why I did what I did," because I think it'd be cool to build a guitar with chub tone. So if a purple one played better and had better tops, I probably would have gotten one. So the tops weren't that good. That's surely something that you have to take into account when you're looking at those trans tops because if the top isn't good, you have to think about if I had to roll it, can I get my money back? I know that if I had to roll that guitar, I could probably get it pretty close. I mean, that SA 126. Honestly, I think I've had it out once since I bought it, but I mean, I'm never in here. I'm always at work. So Tim Thomas. Ryan went to guitar shopping today without me. I was stuck at work. Well, you and I have something in common, Randy. I was just stuck at work today too. I barely made it home. I just got home like an hour ago, so or maybe 2 hours ago now. Got home like at 6:30. Darren, do you have an FU tone pickup mounting system and anything? Of course I do. Are you kidding me? So watch my other. Oh my God, I could go on a show on these. So yes, I love them. I love the pickup mounting system. It's amazing. It gives you a. There's not going to be any rocking of the pickup. I had them in several guitars. Oh, my builds have them. Oh, my personal builds have them. My green one. There's one in there. Maybe you can see the brass. I don't know. I paint the dog ears on the humbuckers like we did at Sir. So you really can't. It looks just all black in there. But yeah, there's one in there. And oh my God, the FU tone pickup mounting system. What a genius idea. I love them. I love them. So yes, I love them. Do I have an FU tone pickup mount? Yes, I love them. They're amazing. Natalie Thayer. Oh, she's the owner. I did not know that. Well, Natalie Thayer, congratulations. She seems to know what she's talking about. I mean, every show I've watched and you've had her on there, she knows what she's talking about. So, email me directly. I don't know where that came from. Wayne McConnell, greetings all. Thanks for being here, man. I haven't seen you in here before. Have you been in the channel before? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Uh, McConnell. So apparently Wayne McConnell knows OU812. I haven't seen Wayne McConnell in here before. I don't, not that I know of. Sup, dude? I'm chilling. Tim Thomas is here. Good to see everybody's talking to each other. It's good. 40 Grit. Watch the music video by Voodoo Wise Guys. I saw that. Have you heard their music? This was my first time listening to them. Is this the three piece that was on that was thrown out the other day? And I did. It was. I just didn't. I just didn't. I couldn't do it. Um, I think that's what George is going to start doing now because I think he's hanging up Lynch Mob. I think he's done with it. I think he's going to hang up Lynch Mob. He's going to go float around and do like stuff with people and stay out there and keep his name out there and do stuff. And but that one, I was not jiving with that one that came out this week. And if it's not what you're talking about, then sweetheart, please tell me to watch Voodoo Wise Guys because I don't know who that is. But like I said, I did see something this week and it wasn't resonating with my. What guitar was he playing? I forgot what guitar he was playing now. I don't know. Matt Stone is a Chub Tone owner. I think he pops up on the people you may know on Facebook all the time. Okay. So I would love to talk to him. So I would love it. I would love to talk to that guy because he builds great stuff, I think. And he's cool. Him and I have the same taste in guitars. And Randy, you and I have the same taste in guitars. And that's why we both like the Chub Tone stuff so much because we have the same taste in guitars. So Tim Thomas, Lewis, I think so. Yes, I think that you're correct, sir. I think that's the one I saw this week, and I was like, ugh. So, McConnell 40. Randy sent you a picture of that lynch claw I was talking about on Instagram. Oh no, he sent it to me. Okay, to my phone. Lynch claw. Oh, I saw this. I saw this. Man, look at that thing. What is that? That's a whole lot of something going on there, huh? That's old school. Like it doesn't even make sense to me personally. I mean, that's just a lot of over something going on there. So I don't know, but now I know what you're talking about because I saw that picture. I saw this picture this week. I saw this. So and now my phone's blowing up with people that are sending me stuff. So I don't know what that's all about. So yeah, I saw that and there's just a lot going on there. I think it's a lot going on. I once carved a bust of a young Elvis out of Bondo and finished his hair with 40 grit, and it was perfect after airbrushing it. Jeff Black, 40 grit sandpaper. Yeah, that's cool. Right on. Yeah, that nickname goes back to my military days. So I think we talked about it on one of the shows. It just stuck. And now I got people that are going when I come on the show going, so hey, when I come on the show, do I call you 40 grit? No, man, my name's Mike. Call me Mike. Please call me Mike. Um, did you guys watch the Nothing But a Good Time thing? Did you guys watch that Paramount Plus thing that came out? And the cool thing about that was it was three parts, and the end I thought was really good because because they asked this guy and he said, "I didn't have anybody die on my watch," and then they went into the Robin Crosby and which was really sad. And then they asked Warren DeMartini, "Hey, how bad did it get?" And he said, "I don't want to talk about it." I can tell you how bad it got because Robin was still alive when I was running around and chasing those guys in 2000, like the 9/11 time frame. And I forgot what year he died, but I know that he was still alive because Bobby Blotzer would talk to me about how Robin would tell him, "Hey, I had to sell another guitar this week," and he goes, "I don't know if he really needs the money or he doesn't need the money or what he's using the money on." And he said, "We've all done our best to take care of him and stuff." So it was just an interesting watch for me personally when I saw Warren's reaction because I know that they did. From what I heard from both of those guys, they did a lot for him for Robin Crosby, trying to get him together and try to get him back on track. And I don't think there was anything that they could have done. So, have you ever noticed Warren's hand picking style? Yes, yes, less Lynch like. So it's funny because his picking style now is very different from when it was like early on, when they were very much alike with their picking style, and then Warren's has changed dramatically. Yes, I do see that. And Warren almost picks like with a fist when you watch him picking. It's interesting to watch him. So, oh yeah, when Ryan, I assume you're maybe you're not agreeing with me. You're just saying yes, that's it. I don't know, but I saw that and I was like, what is that and why? So I just moved on. Uh, Voodoo wise guys. Yeah, I think that's the thing that we are talking about. So you pick on Messenger. Oh, okay. Robbie sending me some pictures on. Oh, the pictures of the Robbie. Let's just share this. I mean, let's just do a show and then you can share it. He's I don't know how good that's gonna come up. Robbie's doing a guitar for a guy named CC. Looks like he's got the Floyd post dialed and he's taking some of the paint out the front. So let's see. Okay, so it looks like the posts are doweled, taking some of the paint out the front. So this is obviously going to be a 5150. So looks good to me, man. Good. Looks good to me. Save all that stuff and let's do a show. We can talk about all your build stuff because he also finished Mikey's. I think Mikey's is done now, so that'd be cool to talk about that as well. Blue Eyes guy, someday you'll know. He was playing that. You see, that's what I thought. But I don't think is it the Kamikaze or is it that new crying, screaming eagle or whatever it's called? That he got away from the Kamikaze. I think the gentleman that commented about the rising sun stuff, I think there really is something to all that because George has gone away from the kamikaze stuff now too. So you don't see the bomber anymore, the bomber guitar with Warren anymore, and George has gone away from the kamikaze, especially in the woke culture. People are getting away from stuff that they think could maybe cancel them. I don't know. I wouldn't be too. I mean, those guys are both so cool. I don't see how any of them could either be canceled. So he would have to offend me pretty bad. I don't think he could offend me that bad to where I would just not love him as much as I always have. Lynch claw look like machine screws with inserts in the body with nuts and lock in place. Seems like overcomplicating something very simple. But I agree 100%. That's what thought when I saw that. I go, what are we doing here? Why are we doing this? And it doesn't even it's probably some tone thing that somebody threw out there, gave it to him, and he said, "Hey, I'm going to throw this in and check it out," because people throw a lot of stuff at him and say, "Hey, man, check this out," and he does check it out. That's what's cool about George. He'll check it out, and and he may gravitate towards it for a little while, and he'll favor it for a little while, and then it just disappears. I think I have seen you hold the pick much like Warren. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Please don't do please, I mean, like, the me playing guitar, there's just I don't ever want my channel to be anything focused on me playing guitar because the only if you watch my early videos, I didn't do demo because I just don't it just YouTube's so brutal on like look, there's always going to be somebody that's better than you, and there's always going to be somebody that's not as good as you. So it's just that's the way it is, and I just don't want to go on there. I like to go on there and play, and I like to play stuff, and I go through my little repertoire, and I play stuff, and that's that. But maybe, please, my God, Darren, for the love of God, don't ever say anything about me being anything like Warren DeMartini, because I'm terrible, and I just don't. I like my channel being focused on let's fix guitars and. But really, the only reason I do demos is because I had somebody comment one time and said, I'm sure it was meant to be hateful, but I try to spin them now to where being hateful and I try to make it like nice or whatever. Just because if you go the hateful route, you know what happens on YouTube. You know what happens. I'm not going down that road. But my son, I heard somewhere, was it my son? I think my son said it. YouTube is the comparison to Moss Isley Spaceport. And I think he's got a very good point there. I don't know where that came from, but it was very good. It was very good where that came from. So I don't know where that came from, but it was really good. So either way, whoever it came from, kudos to you. It's one of the best. But the only reason I started doing demos on the shows was because somebody had commented and said, "Too bad you can't play guitar. Too bad you got all those nice guitars and you can't play them." Well, that's not really the case. I can play my guitars, and I can play them. If I had to go to a gig tonight, I could probably make it through it, and and I would probably be okay. But I don't want to go on here and pretend like I'm some like king shredder, because I'm really not. I never really was. I could mimic stuff good and figure it out songs and go gig, but yeah. Anyways, I'm beating a dead horse. KXM was great with Lynch. I thought so too, man. KXM was a cool band. Yeah, KXM was a cool band. In my opinion, Luxtone kills. So I had a guy. It's so weird you say that, because I had a guy who added me on Instagram. He's a big sir guy, big sir dude. And oh, see, I'm getting texts and stuff from all you guys. I'm at 40 Grit Guitars on Instagram. So if you guys haven't checked out my stuff on Instagram, these are the warmest. So somebody's sending me some warmest right now. Uh, what this is like, Luxstone. So yeah, okay. So I'm getting distracted. This morning I was going into work and I have a guy that I talked to. His name is Lon, and I believe he watches the show. I don't think he's here right now. But he said, "Hey, have you ever heard of Luxstone?" And I said, I'm not." And he said, "Well, here, you should check them out." And they look very similar to the Chub Tones. And he said, "You should check them out." So I said, I'll I'll check one out. And he said, we were talking about guitars and stuff. And then he said, um, they were a fun, uh, but expensive shred machine. The Luxtones were. So I'm Garrett. Thanks for saying that. That's two people in one day that says that Luxtones are cool. So maybe I should just check one out and see what's doing. But the Chubtone name's cool, man. I mean, like if I had to choose between those two names, I would choose Chubtone. That's a cool name. I mean, like maybe the Luxtone plays better, but when you step on stage and you see Chubtone on the headstock, I think it's hilarious, first of all, and I think it's cool. Lewis is nice. Mike's shipped arrives on Monday. Okay, so Mikey's Robbie built a 5150, and he's got videos of it on his channel. Check out Robbie Stingle on YouTube. He's got videos of him playing that guitar, the one that he just sent to Mike. So make sure you check that out. The Woke Kamikaze. I agree. They were saying that at the NAMM show. They had that the Desert Eagle, I think it's called. The Desert Eagle or whatever or something like that was hanging outside the ESP booth, and people were walking up going, "Oh, hey, look, it's the Woke Kamikaze." I thought that was pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Mikey says, "Can't wait till Monday." Oh yeah, cool, man. Hey, I'm excited for you getting your guitar, Mikey. Mikey's always faithful. I appreciate your support on my channel, bro. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Randy Price says, "Bro, you're in terribly great play." Oh well, Randy, of course, buddy, you're gonna say that because you're my friend. Whenever I get negative comments, I always say thanks for watching. That's a good one. I saw one the other day where somebody said, if somebody ever said something negative on your channel, they say thank you for contributing to my watches. or something like that. I just thought it was funny. So I got to be honest with you. I've been very lucky. I'll wake up tomorrow with a bunch of vulgar and bad things, but I've been very lucky on this channel. Everybody's an adult on this channel, and they're cool. And which based on, I mean, my experience on YouTube, it's been cool. I mean, like I really haven't had any problems. So, but there's always going to be people that are going to throw negative comments out there, and I'm okay with it. Just do what you got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? I think most of us here love to hear you play 40 grit. Well, I'll be playing this week a little bit. I'll throw something out there. Hit the thumbs down twice and hit it twice. You're right. That's right, Randy. Woke culture. LOL. Do we remember Amir Krauss German camo solos from the 80s? I do not. I don't even know who that is. So fill me in. I don't remember. I don't know what that is. Fill me in. Fill me in. My riffs were fine. I try, man. I mean, but you also have to understand something else. I've always been the guitar player. I've always been the humble guitar player because I literally grew up a Lou. We grew up together, and he was always better. Like we would go play together or something like that, and and it was always better just for me to be the humble guitar player. But then there were times when I would go into a group, like I would go to a gig or something, and I would just be smoking that night, you know and then people would become, come out of the show and go, "Oh my god, man, you were awesome tonight," and blah blah blah. And I just have a very hard time with any kind of like positive because I go, huh, "You think I'm good? You should hear my buddy play." That's always the thing that came out of my mouth, from my entire life, and it wasn't a bad thing because me and that's my brother, and he's a great guitar player. He's a great person. Guitar playing is excellent. Okay, let's get off my guitar playing stuff. Great tone. I will tell you, Metal Cop. I think my tone is good. I think that I have a good ear. I think that I can dial in an amp pretty good. So I will say that I think that I can dial in an amp. I will say that about myself. And Lou would say that too. I can dial in an amp better than Lou, but Lou can play through the amp better than me. So okay, so Richard sent pics of his warmest. Let me check and see if I've got them because the only thing I just got was it says here's my warmest and there was nothing else. Let me see. General? Is it in general? Requests? Okay, requests. Okay, accept. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the dead air. Um, all I have, sir, it says these are the warmest, and I haven't got anything yet. So maybe they're inbound. So, but I haven't got anything in there yet. Just Google Robbie Stingle. Google Robbie Stingle. Go check out his channel. It's awesome. He's got some cool gongs. Lux tones are great, built by Jerry Bison. He is or used to be one of the best luthiers in LA. See, man, again, I'm fortunate to have you guys on here because this is stuff I don't know. I've never even played a Lux tone. So, thanks to Robbie. Did you mention a buddy who is going to teach you the healing? So, not my buddy, my son-in-law, for lack of a better term, and he has gotten into guitar. So, my son and my son-in-law 2 years ago, neither of them play guitar. Now, my son-in-law took off and he's playing guitar. And then magically, my son wakes up one day and is buying guitars. So now the beautiful thing is I have two young men that is almost in their 30s, the other is in his 30s, and I have two young men that I don't have to worry about where all these guitars are going to go anymore because I don't see me selling these guitars anytime soon. And unless we go buy a cabin out in the mountains one day, and I just want a bunch of money to just go throw at something, then I'll get rid of them. But um, he said that he is going to go buy one, and he's going to show me. I'm at that age now to where if I'm going to learn anything, I like to be shown it, especially with guitar stuff. Like I was going to call Ryan the other day and go, "Hey, bro, can you help me? Just because I know I have the gear for a wet, dry, wet. I have the gear for it. I know I do. I just don't know how to do it. And I've got that freaking pedal, but like and I know that Ryan's the guy. Like if you know a guy, that's the guy. That's the guy you're gonna go after. So there's gonna come a day when I'm gonna say, "Hey Ryan, can you help me with my shit?" And he's gonna, and hopefully he will, you know. But uh the Helix stuff, I don't know anything about it. And I just want him to go, he's gonna get one, he's gonna show me how to do it. So Jarrell, that's a lot of pressure on you. I apologize. We were lucky to find the parts we use. Where's Bill? Okay, so a lot of those parts that Robbie did for Mikey, I think were like old parts that are era correct, is what I think he's saying there. And yeah, that's badass, man. That's badass. We still have to talk about that Floyd Rose I got. We got the negative troll comments on YouTube almost always from clowns with zero content themselves. Hey man, maybe it's somebody that just disagrees, and either way, I mean, like you can't control what you can control, and I can't control that. I can't control people. And you know, I had a guy say the other day, less collecting and more playing. You're right. You're right. You're right. But I'm not at the age anymore to where I want to sit and practice. I'm at the age to where I want to look at these guitars and go, "Oh my god, this is so cool." You know, like I can sit here and just look at this for hours. I could just sit here and just go, "Okay, pick it apart a little bit, maybe." You know, sit there and look at it, check it out. I get more joy out of looking at them now than I do playing them. It's just the age I'm at. It's the way it goes. Amir was in Rough Cut. Okay, Rough Cut in the '80s and Origin. See, Randy knows all this, so yeah, I was very, um, I was watching Van Halen and Van Halen and Van Halen and maybe Dokken and maybe a little bit of Rat. Right on, Robbie. I'm Here to Rock was a goofy stage name. Amir to Rock. Oh, now I get it. That's funny. That's pretty funny. I think because it was the first message, so I didn't hit send. Send it again. Okay, let me check your stuff. Oh, okay. Send a photo. Okay. Oh man, yeah, very nice. Okay, so these are Richard A5150s, and these are Warmoth builds. Very nice. Is that Koa? What is that? That's sharp. Come on. So very sharp builds. And single coils in the neck. I dig them. Very cool, man. Very cool. Yeah, I like that Koa looking one. That's sharp. Okay, let me see here. Come on back in, please. Uh, let's see. I think because it was a first message and the pic didn't send. Okay, what's going on here? Okay. So I went over your picture. Yeah. Let me know what that one is. Uh, why is my camera not focusing? Okay. Hopefully this doesn't stay like this for the rest of the show. Okay, Amir's guitar tech. He's a huge fan of Grover and friends this day. I'm not gonna do that. Looking at the guitar stuff anymore. But it's gonna do this. Why it's doing that? As long as it's coming back in. Okay. John DeShane, Ryan has helped a lot of people with his gear and stuff. Yeah, I need help. I need help. I got too much. I've got a lot of gear, and I know that I have enough stuff to do that, but it's just not what's going on with this camera? Come on. It's not refocusing back in. Might be time to go. Uh yeah, I'm gonna hit Ryan up. I'm gonna hit Ryan up on that. Are you going to check out the iconic EVH 34? I don't know. Bubba, tell me what to do. Private chat me on this because I can't get this camera to figure out what it's going to do. Maybe there's something I got to do here. Where to focus back in? It's acting weird. Um, Will I check out the iconic EL34? I guess. See what he's saying. Cycle it on and off. Hold on a second. Got problems here. Okay, cycle. I probably can't even do it. I may have to go. Uh, you have one en route. I would like to check that out. I would like to check that out. Mike's body was made at the factory 2 weeks. Oh yeah, yeah. You had mentioned that 2 weeks after Ed's batch, the lawsuit neck is spot on. Yeah, it's cool. Kyle Finch. Yeah, Kyle Finch built that neck. Yeah. I talked to Kyle the other day. He's got a couple Charvels for sale. I told him to send me pictures, and he wouldn't. He never sent them to me, so I don't know what. I don't know what happened there. Something happened there. Okay, those are sweet. Yeah, the one is a Koa top. I figured. So that's Koa. That kind of reminds me of a Red Beach. It's cool. Um, see, metal cup. Amir had a pile of cool Jacksons back in the day. One of them was a German camo soloist. It had Nazi graphics on it. I'll send you some pics. Probably not for sharing. Yeah, I'd rather not do that. Zim's guitars. What's up? Dane, my camera's blurry. I can't figure this out. It's starting to bug me. I may have to get off. It's starting to bug me. No more pictures, guys. If you want to send me pictures, let's do it. Let's do it. Send me before the show. Dane is in the chat. They were my Charvel knockoffs. RS group. No, dude, don't sweat that. I'm so computer stupid. Like I won't be able to figure this out. Let's shut it off. He just did the headstock. Uh-oh, my kid's in Team Viewer. That means that he's coming in here to fix this. So, he just did the headstock. The neck is an 82 ESP. Is Dane still in here? Dane, somebody was asking you about Dane Dane was just somebody was just asking about your stuff. Oh, cool. Dane is in the chat. He's going to see Winger tomorrow night. Where at? Local? Are they here? Are they in town? Huh. If they are, I wouldn't mind going and seeing Red Beach rip it out. Everybody's saying hello. What's up to Dane? Kyle just did the headstock. Yeah, that's right. He just did the headstock. He fixed the headstock, right? Let's see here. Turn your lights off and back on. Will that do it? Let's do it. I can do it. Well, guys, this is a major like problem tonight. I apologize. It's not fixing itself. It's okay. I'm gonna get off. Hold your hand in front of the camera and black it out for a few seconds. So apparently my son's fixing it as I'm attempting to. It's not fixing. May I ask you how much you have got into your Lynch build? Into my Lynch build. Um, the brown one. That was a. I got that. That's a Warmoth neck for sure. I need to pull that guitar out. I'm off on Monday and Tuesday, so I will. Yeah, I'll get that fixed. But it's a Warmoth neck. How much? How much? $700, maybe. I did the paint. I did everything on that guitar. So, if you're not familiar with what Darren's asking about, he asked me the other day to do. Um, he asked me the other day to do a walk around on the brown Lynch guitar, and so I'm gonna do that. Probably $700. This is really starting to bug me. So give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Cool. All right. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'm back. So I oh my god, I didn't lose anybody either. Okay, so how much so now that I'm not distracted, let me get back in here. How much did I have my I probably $700, buddy. I mean, with the Floyd Rose and everything. That's that. Celebrity theater. Winger's gonna be at Celebrity Theater. Do that. That's gonna be a good show. Uh is Blue Mox here? I haven't seen Blue Mox tonight. Blue Mox hasn't been in the chat. So okay, I'm gonna wrap this up. How long have I been on for? Let's see if I got any more messages from anybody. I apologize for the thing. I got to figure out how to fix that camera if it does that again because I just don't know anything. I don't know anything about guitar stuff. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I need to go out anyways and see my better half because I haven't seen her for a while. An hour and 40 minutes. I appreciate it. Hey, I'm like excited to go and hang out with the OU812 guys for a gear show on Tuesday. So make sure that you check into that. Um, I will do the brown guitar walk around. If you're wondering about the guitar that Darren, it's on the camo or it's on the neon LTD that I did. I built that guitar because of the walk away video, and I talked about the guitar and what the real guitar is, and it's a cool walk around. If you haven't seen it, the neon LTD that I did, the brown guitars and that, and a lot of people commented about the that brown guitar. They think it's cool, so I will do that. Dane, where can we see your stock items? Can't seem to find them on. You got to go to Zim's Guitars, Darren. You got to go to Zim's Guitars and check out Zim's Guitars. I may go out there this week. I may go hang out with Dane this week. So I probably will do that. Monday or Tuesday, I'm off. So great. John, thank you so much. I had some errors here, some problems here, so I apologize for the errors, but it is what it is. Updated my website recently, okay, and Zim says he's getting lazy, but he has updated his website recently. And please go check out Zim's Guitars. Dane's a great guy. Dane's really helped me with with my channel. Hey, do this, do that, don't do this. Hey, slow down. Hey, I mean, he's been really good about helping me with stuff. Probably the person that's helped me the most as far as like saying, hey, do this, do that on your channel. So I appreciate Dane's assistance because he's got tons of subscribers and he knows what to do. So Dane, I appreciate your assistance and check out Zim's Guitars. I'll go out there and see him this week. Got any Steinbergers, Dane? Yeah, Dane. It will. Ryan, if he does, I'll buy it because I'll get it before you get it. Thanks for a great show, Cushman. Thanks, man. Sorry about the camera. It's weird. Is a Guitar Arsenal show featuring 40 grit. No, don't feature. No, I'm just gonna jump in with you guys and hang out, man. I'm gonna bring my my Wolfgang custom. One of 66 built, I will say. Thanks for a great show. Glad I found the channel. Richard, thank you for adding me on, following me on Instagram. I'll follow you back. And thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate it. Thanks for your contributions, and your Koa Warmth is amazing. That's a beautiful guitar. Let me know what pickups are in that. Let me know on Instagram. I'm gonna go hang out and watch TV, so I'll chat with you on Instagram. Yeah, he's got a Stein. Oh, Ryan doesn't think so, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. That's right, John. I'll see you on Tuesday. Hello, Dane. Lewis saying hello to Dane. We're excited for Tuesday. I'm excited for Tuesday. I'm looking forward to coming and hang out with you guys. I just can't get to the point where I want to come on there and play my guitar. I'm just not going to do it. So, I'll come on and talk about gear, and we can talk about hang out and talk about gear, and yeah, man, let's do it. So, okay, I'm leaving it right there. Later, Ryan, thanks for being here tonight. Thanks for staying for the whole show, man. I appreciate you guys staying. Pleasure to see all you guys. Thank you for being here. I wasn't planning on being on this long, but I appreciate you guys being here. I will see you guys Tuesday on 0812's channel, and email me if you want. See here. It's my email address. You can email me. I'm on Instagram at 40 Grit Guitars, and you guys know how to get hold of me. So if you want to talk or anything, you got any questions about your guitars, let me know. I'm out. Hold on a second. These guys, everybody's posting comments now. I don't want to leave anybody out. Okay, I'm done. Out. Adios, amigos. I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys being here, man. I'll see you guys on Tuesday.